Hello friends, in this tutorial we'll be adding our product. We need to create a table for our product. So these are the things we'll be looking at. We'll be looking at the product name, the product public ID, the amount, the availability, the condition, the brand, the image, and I think that is all for now. And the status, maybe we want it to go live or not. So let's go to our table and get started. So we'll create our table, then we'll say product, so we start with ID. We want to add it to dot, so incrementing. Then we'll add the user uploading the product. So we'll say user ID. The name of the product, description of the product, public ID. Let me say Yii2. Amount, quantity, availability, and we're looking at condition, brand, I'll be looking at total stock versus stock, the amount we currently have in stock, and we'll add image. Right now we'll be dealing with one image. This is the main image that will display here, but later on I'll show you how to upload multiple images to a single record. So image created at, no status, created at. So my created at will be timestamp, and current timestamp. I want it to automatically put the dates there. Status should be 1 or 0, it's okay. Image should be, let's say, 255. Stock should be quantity we have in stock. The brand, the condition, availability, quantity, I will put the default as 1. Default should be 1. Amount, so let me call it user email. Because we want email to be our primary key for users. So I think we're good. So I'll save now. Condition is a reserved key. keyword condition. Let me say product condition. Good. Now we have our table product created. Our product table created. So since we'll be adding our product from the backend for now, so we'll go to our backend and let me duplicate this. Let me log in first. Admin. So now I'm currently logged in on the back end. So what I need to do is I also need to create a G. We need to make use of our G to generate the model and the CRUD. So products, this is for the backend, and note this, by default you might see app here, but and this app, this with when you're using your basic Yii project. So if you're using advanced, you need to specify maybe you want the project to be at the front end or at the back end. So right now I'm going to use back end, and I'll preview, then I'll generate. So coming down to our code, we'll see that our model has been generated, which is this. So the next thing we need to do is we need to create a CRUD. And CRUD means create, read, update, and delete. So we need to insert the name of our model that we just created, which is backend products. So our search should be something similar to that. So we now have search to it. We need to create our search model too. So for our controller, let me make use of this, and it's going to be product. And note that controller, the word controller has to end your controller's the controller you're trying to create. So if your product, your controller is home, you need to make sure you add controller to it, else it will not work. So let's leave our path empty because automatically it's creating a view path into the backend. So we'll preview. Now this thing works fine. Let's say we made a mistake and remove a single character from controller. Let's see what happens. Let's create a view again. It says controller class name must be suffixed with controller. So at every controller you're creating, you must add a suffix of controller with it. So generate. So successfully generated. So now let's go to our backend. Let me refresh. Then go to our backend and we'll go to product. Now we now have our products generated for us. So to start with that, we need to add our product link at the menu here. So when we are logged in, our products will be here. When we are not logged in, we'll automatically be logged out from this place. So we'll go to our main layout and add our link. So let's copy this and paste this here. So the label will be product. The link will be product. So let's go back to our browser and refresh. So now we have our product, which takes us back to this place anytime we click on it. So now the next thing we need to do is to add our product. Now we have user email. There are some things that we will not be needing. So currently we have user email, we have name, we have description, key, amount. So everything is here, but we will not be inputting user email, we will not be inputting key, we will not also be inputting created at. So every other thing needs to be inputted. So let's remove all those unnecessary stuff. So from our product, we'll go to index. Let's go to the form. So we don't need this. No, we don't need this also. Amount, availability. Now we don't need created ads. Status, we'll be needing drop down list. So our drop down list entails one is active, and 0 is inactive. So what else? So this is going to be file input. So now let's refresh. And also on our form, since we're going to be uploading images, we need to add this. We need to add our end type options. So if this is missing, your file will not be uploaded. So make sure we have this in there. So the next thing is we need to go to our controller, our product controller. So first in our model, we need to tell our model to understand that file is going to be, this should be optional. I'm removing user model from required to being optional because we really do not require it in our form. So we need to make it, put it in safe. And we need to have something here. Which is this. Our image is file. You need to add extension tag. Our extensions are JPEG, PNG, GIF. So we need to make sure that our image is also required. So we need to add skip on empty. So we'll make it false, meaning it should not skip image file. It needs to require image before it can accept anything. So the next thing is we go to our controller for create. We'll remove this from this place because we need to have some quotes before saving it. So come down to this place and we need to set our upload file. Let's say image file is equal upload. So now, to be sure that our image file is uploaded, we need to set condition that if the size of the image is different, then so this is our file name. In case you want to use any other thing as a file name, you can set it yourself. This will be our file name. So we need to concatenate the extension files to it. And remember, it is file name dot extension. So we need to add the dot ourselves, which is this, then the extension. So I think we are good here. We're good. So I think we're good to go now. So let's refresh our page. So let's say our product is polo, description, the clothes we put on. Amount is 2,000. Whether it's dollar or any other currency, that's the choice. So quantity, we have availability. I think we need to make it a drop down also, which is in stock, not available, or whatever it may be. Let's say in stock. So product condition, it's new. We need to make sure that this is now it is being correctly displayed. Brand is polo, and stock we have 50. Then we now need to upload image. First, let's try to select a file that is not an image. It says only files with extension, with these extensions are allowed, and this is the place we were able to set that only this extension should be allowed: JPEG, PNG, and GIF. So now let's select a right value. Let's just select an image and click on create. It says move uploaded file this to open stream, no such directory created. So we do not have a directory like that is created, so we need to create it ourselves. So let's come down to this place, our backend, the admin, and let's create a new directory there that will be uploads. So let's refresh. Missing parameter ID. So first let's check our product if it was added. It was not added. Let me add first to it to escape validation. good. Our product is not added, but our image is not added there. So I think we need to create the name of image ourselves and user email, and also the key. So let's quickly do 3 things before I round this up. The email, the user email, key, and image. Model I'll set the high key as the current timestamp, something different that per request, and let's even assume a timestamp. There's tendency that 2 people post an item at the same time. We might just concatenate it with random number, starting with 1 and end with 100. So this should generate a unique ID regardless of the maximum number of requests to be having on the platform. And thirdly, for the image, we need to set the image name. So let's think of what the image name would be. Let's use the base name as the image name. So image name, will be this with extension. So let's go back and refresh. So now we now have our image saved. We have our high key saved as well, and our image created. So let's go to our product. We now have 2 records in there. So that is how you add your records at the back end into your database. So now have it saved in our database.